move on. Straight up, move on. Forget them. They are lying and they are untrustworthy. So move on.
You can't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror. If you keep looking in the rearview mirror, you're going to keep crashing your car. There's a reason why the rearview mirror is this big and the windshield is this big. The windshield is your future. It's where you're going. It's where you're headed. If you got someone who you feel has wronged you and you carrying that, that's like a cancer. And all it's doing is eating away at you. You know how many people I just let go so I could just go where God had for me? Look, man, if you got something that's been bothering you in your life, get past it. If God wakes you up, it's a sign from God that he ain't through with you yet. When he's done with you, you won't wake up no more. But as long as he got something for you, he keeps waking you up. Why don't you wake up to go see what that is? Whatever it was that's been on you, he done really brought you through it. Don't lay there wallowing in your past, man. Your past is back there.
It's easy to blame those that have wronged us for just about everything that is wrong with our life. If it wasn't for them, I would be happy. If it wasn't for them, I would have more money. If they didn't do this, I would be where I want to be. Most people get so caught up in blaming, they continue to blame and sabotage their own life long after the person is gone from their life. Most people hold on to the blame because it's easier than moving on.
We may not realize it, but we're always feeding ourselves. What we watch, listen to, the people we're around, that's feeding our inner man. Here's the key. Whatever you feed is going to grow. Maybe you've had bad breaks in life. You could easily be discouraged. Don't feed the self-pity. Quit reliving the hurts. You can't feed your history and feed your destiny at the same time. How you were raised, who hurt you, who you lost, that's history. You cannot go into a new season if you're always looking back at the old. Quit putting energy into negative things of the past. The way to get past it is you have to starve it. Quit thinking about what you didn't get, how you can prove to them that they shouldn't have left you. If you will put that same energy into your destiny, expecting God's favor, then God will give you beauty for those ashes. You don't have to pay anybody back. God will be your vindicator.
Some of you are taking too much time trying to convince people to love you that do not matter. Some of you are taking way too much time tolerating and trying to get people engaged that don't matter, that don't care, that are never ever gonna help you get into your destiny. I felt like saying to you this week, if somebody can walk away from your life, let them walk away. You shouldn't have to convince anybody to love you. If they can walk, let them go. If they leave you, it means they're not attached to your future. We spend so much time wasting energy because we're so upset about being rejected by people. What if I told you that some of the rejection you have been facing in your life, it's because people are jealous of what's on your life? What if I told you that the rejection is simply an indication that you got favor on your life? God is getting ready to do something in your life. You just got to understand there's more to know. See, you got to make sure that when rejection hits you, you don't let it get in you. Because there's no escaping rejection. There's no escaping hearing the word no. If you're gonna actually live your life to do something bigger than yourself, you should get used to hearing no, but you shouldn't let no stop you.
Letting go of energy that's clouding your vision and holding you back. It's a life practice that I learned long ago that has freed me in so many ways. It's a fact that holding grudges against somebody who's done you wrong, or replaying, revisiting hurtful situations in your head over and over only weighs you down and prevents you from being who you're meant to be right now because you're still energetically holding on to the past. The energy that you put into constantly rewinding to the resentment. Why did they do that? Why did they say that to me? I didn't deserve to be treated that way. All of that only keeps you stuck. It will never change what happened. You gotta press stop and reject the urge to keep replaying so that you can then fast forward into the now for yourself. You know, a lot of people think that holding on to things that disempowered them is going to somehow magically turn it around. You have to release the notion, give up the hope that the past could have been any different. And you also must release the idea that people would do what you might do in any given instance. This is a big one. I had to learn and relearn before I actually got it. Expecting people to do what you would do in a situation only leads to your disappointment, not theirs. They're going on with their life. So let people be who they are, and either you accept it or you don't. Not doing that keeps you stuck in a circumstance that actually costs you time, costs you energy. And I can guarantee that oftentimes the person on the other side of the bitterness you're holding on to, they're not even thinking about you. In fact, they probably have just moved on.
Take back your power. Blame them for what they have done, but don't blame them for what you haven't done. Blame them for what they've done, but bless them for making you stronger, for making you better. Blame them for what they've done, but thank them for showing you exactly what you don't want. You can blame the world for bringing them into your life, but then get grateful for all the lessons it taught you, all the strength it gave you, all the perspective it gave you. Know in your heart, if they knew better, they would do better. Know in your heart, you don't need to take on any other negative energy. The best revenge is not taking any revenge. It is simply moving on with your life, creating the best version of yourself.
Every single one of us here is facing some form of a battle. I do not know what it is, but God does. It may be health related. Maybe some people are battling some really serious health concerns. Some of you maybe just found out and you're looking for answers. Or it could be financial, maybe challenges with the current finances or decisions you want to make about finances moving forward. That is the battle. Or it could be relationships, or maybe the lack of relationships, or a really strained relationship, or a relationship you're asking whether you should keep on. Whatever your battle is, the bad news is I don't know it. The good news is God does. And He wants to encourage us by saying the Lord, God, is the one who will fight that battle for you and give you the victory, if we will let Him. Let God fight your battles.
We've got a Lord that says, I will fight your battles for you. I've got your back. Jesus is saying, I've got this. I've got this. Don't let your stomach be tied in knots over this thing. Don't worry about this thing to worry yourself sick. Don't let it paralyze you. Jesus says, stand still. Rest in my grace. Rest in my love.
Question: do you really trust God through your battle that you're going through? Do you have faith that even if some of the things He's saying don't seem logical to you, that He will take you through? Have faith. It may be that in your life right now, you're facing a battle, you're asking God to answer it in a certain way, and He's not answering it the way you want. Some of you are saying, Lord, why is it taking so long? This battle is protracted. I have no answers. Let me encourage you once again. Have faith. Trust God.
How good does it feel to take that baggage off your shoulders, to focus on building your future? What a blessing. Let go. Move forward. Never look back.